Hello everybody. Now we are going to discuss about basic concepts of wind energy and Indian and global statistics of wind power. Now coming to the introduction to wind energy. Wind is air in motion. Now let us see how the wind is going to be created. It is produced by the uneven heating of the earth's surface by the sun. That is, because of uneven heating of the earth's surface, the wind is going to be created. Because of the uneven heating of the earth's surface by the sun, the wind is going to be created. The earth's surface is made up of different types of land and water, which absorbs the sun's heat at different rates, which causes the movement of the air to create wind. Okay, the earth's surface is made up of different types of land and water. Here you can see land over here. Here you can see water over here. Okay, the earth's surface is made up of different types of land and water. Here you can see land, here you can see water over here. Okay, actually, this land receives direct sun rays from the sun. This land receives direct sun rays from the sun. So, the land heats up faster than water. As this land receives direct sun rays from the sun, so the land heats up faster than water. Anyhow, this water receives indirect sun rays from the sun. That's why the land heats up faster than water. As this land receives direct rays from the sun and this water receives indirect rays from the sun. Okay, because of solar energy or because of sunlight, this land gets heated up. This land gets heated up so that the atmosphere is also getting heated up. Atmosphere is also getting heated up. So you're going to get warm air over the land. You're going to get warm air over the land. Here, over the water, you're going to get cold air because this water receives indirect rays, indirect sun rays. As this water receives indirect sun rays, you're going to get cold air over the water. As this land receives direct sun rays, you're going to get warm air over the land. The weight of this warm air is less when compared to cold air. Warm air weighs less than cold air. So, this warm air rises in upper direction. So, this warm air is moving in upper direction like this. As the weight of warm air is less when compared to cold air. Cold air which is over the water moves towards land. Cold air which is over the water is moving towards the land and replaces the rising warm air. Okay, anyhow, this warm air is rising towards up. It is moving in upper direction. So this cold air is replacing the rising warm air because the weight of warm air is less when compared to the weight of cold air. So this warm air will be rising in upper direction, then this cold air over the water replaces the rising warm air. This movement of air is what makes the wind blow. This movement of air is what makes the wind blow. Because of two main factors, the wind is going to be created. The very first one is absorption of solar energy on Earth's surface and in atmosphere. In atmosphere. Coming to the second one is rotation. Rotation of Earth. Rotation of Earth about its own axis, own axis, and around the sun, and around the sun. Because of these two factors, because of these two factors, alternating heating and cooling cycles will be produced. Heating and cooling cycles. Alternating heating and cooling cycles will be produced because of these two reasons. Because of these two factors, alternating heating and cooling cycles will be produced. So, the pressure difference is created. Pressure difference is created. Because of this pressure difference, here I don't have space to write, so I'm writing off here. Because of pressure difference, you're going to get movement of air. This pressure difference causes the air motion. Causes the air motion. This pressure difference causes the air motion. So the wind is created. Wind is created. So the wind is created. Coming to the historical usage of windmills. Wind energy is the kinetic energy associated with the movement of the atmospheric air. Okay. Wind energy is the kinetic energy associated with the movement of the atmospheric air. This wind energy has been used for hundreds of years for sailing ships, grinding grains, and pumping water. This wind energy has been used for sailing for sailing ships. For sailing ships. Here you can see windmill. This is the windmill which was used for grinding grains. This is the windmill which was used for grinding grains. Here you can see one more windmill which was used for pumping water. Okay, you can see these kind of windmills were used for grinding grains and pumping water. Okay, this was used for grinding grain. This windmill was used for pumping water. Coming to the wind energy system, wind machine converts the wind energy into useful form of energy. Wind machine, it's a generic name. It's a common name. Wind machine, it's a generic name or it's a common name which converts wind energy into some useful form of energy. Okay, it is a machine which converts wind energy into some useful form of energy. Coming to windmill, it is a machine which converts wind energy into mechanical energy. Okay, windmill works on the principle of converting kinetic energy of the wind to mechanical energy. Okay, this is the machine which converts wind energy into mechanical energy. Coming to wind turbines transform the energy into the wind into mechanical power, which can then be used directly for converting to electrical power. That is, wind turbines convert wind energy into mechanical energy. Further, it is converted into electrical power. Since the wind speed typically increases with height above ground, wind speed typically increases with height above ground due to decreasing friction with ground. Okay, so wind speed increases with height above ground because of this reason. So the wind turbines are mounted on a tower to capture more energy. Okay, so wind turbines are mounted on a tower to capture more energy because with the increase in height above ground, the wind speed will be more. So to capture more wind energy, wind turbines are mounted on a tower to capture more energy at 100 feet, nearly equal to 30 meters, or more above ground, so that they can take advantage of faster and less turbulent wind. If the height of the tower is more, then wind turbines can capture more energy. So, in the hilly region or in the hilly areas, we set up wind turbines to capture more energy, so that the wind turbines can take the advantage of faster and less turbulent wind. Okay, so these wind turbines are mounted on a tower to capture more energy. Now coming to the general requirements for setting up the wind farm. Wind farm means if some wind turbines are arranged in some periodic manner, then it is called wind farm. Okay, now let us see what are the requirements for setting up the wind farm. Some general requirements for setting up the wind farm. At least 16 km per hour winds. It is better to set up wind plant. It is better to set up wind plant where there is at least 16 kilometer per hour winds. At least there is, if there is, it is better to set up wind plant where there is at least 16 kilometer per hour winds. The speed of the wind should be at least 16 kilometer per hour. Next, it is better to set up wind plant or wind farm where there is low likelihood of bursts of wind. If there is all of a sudden, if there is strong burst of wind, then that may cause the damage of wind turbines. So it is better to set up wind plant where there is low likelihood of bursts of wind. And the last one is, it is better to set up wind plant where there is, you should be able to transmit energy, where there is an axis for transmitting energy. Okay, you should be able to transmit the generated power. Coming to the global statistics of wind power. If you look at the international uses of wind energy, the total installed capacity in 2020 is 7,33,276 megawatts. The total installed capacity in 2020 is 7,33,276 megawatts. China occupies first place for generating electrical power by using wind energy. Okay, here you can see its share is 38.5%. Okay, that is more than one third of the power is being generated by wind plants sitting in China. More than one third of power is being generated. More than one third of the power is being generated by the wind plants sitting in the China. Sitting in China. Okay, more than one third of the power is being produced by wind plants sitting in China. So this occupies first place all over the world. Then after USA, this generates 16.1% of total installed capacity. This generates electrical power. This generates 16.1% of total installed capacity. Next one is Germany. Okay, this country generates the power that is 8.5% of total installed capacity. Okay, this generates 8% of this much capacity of power. Then India, this is generating, this generates 5.3% of total installed capacity. Okay, till 2020, India's share is 5.3 percentage. Okay, its share is 5.3 percentage. Okay, this is generating 5.3 percentage of total installed capacity, generating the power which is of 5.3 percentage of total installed capacity. Then after Spain, its share is 3.7 percentage, 3.7 percentage of total installed capacity. Next, UK, United Kingdom, its share is 3.4 percentage of total installed capacity. Then after France, its share is 2.4 percentage of total installed capacity. Then after Brazil, Canada, Italy, its share is 1.5 percentage of total installed capacity. Okay, then rest of the world generates 16.6 percentage of total installed capacity. So for generating electrical power by using wind energy, China occupies first place, then after USA, then after Germany, then after India. India is occupying fourth place for generating electrical power by using wind energy. Coming to the Indian statistics of wind power. If you look at the Indian statistics of wind power, the total installed capacity as of 2020 is 37,075 megawatts. Okay, this is the total installed capacity in India as of 2020. Tamil Nadu occupies first place for generating electrical power by using wind energy. Okay, its share is 25% of total installed capacity. It generates 25% of total installed capacity till 2020. Then after Gujarat, its share is 19%. Then after Maharashtra, its share is 13%. Then after Karnataka, Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Telangana, Kerala, others. Here see 0%, 0%, 0% means it is less than 1%. Here it is less than, if it is less than 1%, then it is mentioned like this. So actually it is not 0%, it is less than 1%. So Telangana is generating less than 1% of total installed capacity in India. Similarly, Kerala also generating less than 1% of installed capacity in India. Similarly, other states also generating less than 1% of total installed capacity in India. There is one place called Muppandal. Here, there is a largest wind farm that has been set up in this village. There is a largest wind farm that has been set up in this village called Muppandal. The capacity is 1500 megawatts. With the capacity of 1500 megawatts, okay, this is a largest wind farm with the capacity of 1500 megawatts. And wind farm is set up in the hilly region. Anyhow, this is hilly region. Okay, wind farm has been set up in the hilly region. Okay, this is the largest wind farm in India with the capacity of 1500 megawatts. Here, in 2005, you're going to have this much capacity of energy. Okay, in 2006, there was this much energy was generating by wind energy. In 2007, okay, this much capacity, it is nearly equal to 10,000 megawatts. In 2008, the capacity is more than 10,000. In 2009, the installed capacity is more than the installed capacity in 2008. Similarly, in 2008, the installed capacity is more than the installed capacity in 2007. Okay, similarly, it is more, the installed capacity in 2007 is more than the installed capacity in 2006. Okay, so in 2010, the installed capacity is more than the installed capacity in 2009. Okay, that is, year by year, the installed capacity is increasing. The installed capacity has been increasing year by year in India. Now it is nearly equal to 37,000 megawatts in 2020. Okay, year by year, the power being generated is increasing by wind plants, by using wind energy. Coming to the advantage of wind power, it is a renewable source of energy. Wind energy is a renewable source of energy. So it is not depleted by the use of wind energy. Coming to the next advantage, like solar energy, wind power systems are non-polluting. Okay, so anyhow, you're not burning any coal or gas for generating power here. Okay, so wind power systems are non-polluting. Okay, so anyhow, you're not burning any coal and gas for generating energy, generating electrical power. So there are zero carbon emissions associated with the operation of wind turbines. So the wind energy is a clean source of energy. So wind is a clean energy source. It can be recycled. Wind energy can be recycled. Wind energy is free, and with modern technology, it can be captured efficiently. Although wind turbines can be very tall, each takes up only a small plot of land. Wind turbines are very tall and they occupy less place. As they are tall, they occupy less place. That is, this means the land below can still be used. We can use that place below the wind turbines. That land can be still used. This is especially the case in agricultural areas as farming can still continue. Okay, especially in agricultural areas, we set up wind plants. We can set up wind plants because these wind plants occupy less place. Okay, so below that wind plant, we can use that place that can be used for farming. Okay, so especially in agricultural areas, still we can set up wind plants because that as they are tall, we can use the place below that wind turbine that can be used for farming. Coming to the next advantage, remote areas that are not connected to the power grid can be used for generating electrical energy. Okay, remote areas that are not connected to the power grid also can be used for generating electrical energy. And the last one is, on a small scale up to a few kilowatts, the system is costly for generating electrical power. Okay, generation is costly for generating up to few kilowatts using wind energy. On a large scale, costs can be competitive with conventional electricity. So the generation of power, if you go for large scale of generation, for small scale of generation, that is up to few kilowatts, the system is costly. Okay, power generation is costly. If you go for large scale of generation, if you go for large scale of generation, the cost of generation is almost equal to the cost of power generation using conventional sources. Conventional sources like coal, natural gas, oil. Okay, that is, lower cost can be achieved by mass production. Okay, so if you go for large scale of power generation, the cost of generation is less and it is competitive with the conventional electricity. Coming to the disadvantages of wind power, wind energy systems are noisy in operation. Okay, while operating wind turbines, okay, you're going to get noise because the speed of wind turbine is less. Unlike speed of fan in our houses, okay, the speed of wind turbines is less, so they make noise. While operating wind turbines, you're going to get noise. So wind energy systems are noisy in operation. Coming to the next disadvantage, wind turbines depend on a suitable wind speed in order to generate electricity. Because uh, time to time the speed of the wind is changing, so wind turbines depend on a suitable wind speed in order to generate electricity. Wind plants can impact local wildlife. That is, birds have been killed by flying into spinning turbine blades. Okay, while operating wind turbines, sometimes birds will get hit by wind turbine blades. So they'll get killed by turbine blades. Okay, this is the major disadvantage of wind power. In summer, there is not as much wind as the rest of the year, so the amount of the supply is inconsistent. High initial investments for generating power. Large areas needed for setting up wind farm. Wind systems have relatively high overall weight. Okay, they have relatively high overall weight. Okay, these systems have relatively high overall weight. Weight of the wind systems are more. Thank you.